evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, teachers and students, and most importantly, fellow classmates and future graduates of the York Suburban class of 2017. It is an honor to speak to you all on this momentous occasion. Although we have spent the last few months in great anticipation of this night, it is overwhelming to know that we are moments away from being high school graduates. Many of us broke into the world of education just across the field at Valley View. I, however, started kindergarten a little further down Hill Street at Phineas Davis Elementary School in York City School District. Yes, I was one of those city kids. I spent the first 6 years of my formal education at Davis and at Jacob L. Devers Elementary School in the northwest corner of the city. I share this because I would like to spend the next few moments talking about the similarities and differences that exist between my two districts. Both districts have phenomenal teachers that share a passion for their students. Teachers that I had at Davis and Devers have gone out of their way to stay in contact with me and other peers. Some are even here today. Speaking not only as a former student, but also as the daughter of a teacher who has been working in York City schools for 31 years, I can say that I know firsthand that teachers and administrators there go above and beyond to ensure that their students have the best opportunities possible. No different than the faculty here. Both districts also have phenomenal students. Zahid Hassan, a current William Penn senior, has been accepted to both Brown and Princeton universities and will be attending Brown in the fall. There is no doubt that here at York Suburban, I stand amongst many young adults heading to a multitude of prestigious universities. But who among us can claim acceptance into 2 Ivy League schools? However, despite the amazing people present in both, there are countless opportunities here at Suburban that our peers in the city can only imagine. Chromebooks, for instance. I know Chromebooks are a common complaint, and the library is plagued with repairs on a daily basis. However, even though there are computer labs in York City School District buildings, access to technology is minimal at best. Before York Suburban Middle School, the extent of my computer education was learning to use Google Images to print out pictures for a presentation. For many of my current classmates, computer education here at York Suburban began in kindergarten. Separate dedicated rooms for art, music, foreign language, and even phys ed are expected amenities at schools like East York and Valley View. In York City, these are rare. These courses are often taught by itinerant teachers pushing a cart from classroom to classroom. Until I came to York Suburban, gym class was a 30-minute period, maybe once a week, that my classroom teacher could find to take us to the open gymnasium to let us run around. By the time I reached 2nd grade, there wasn't enough room in the elementary schools for art or music teachers to have their own classrooms. My art class took place in the wide part of the end of the 3rd grade hallway, once a cycle, as the teacher had to travel between 9 district buildings. Here, we have a wonderful art program with multiple classes and supportive teachers. York City students currently have the opportunity to participate in about 6 PIAA sports. We have 23. Many urban renters change houses as often as every year. And how many of us have lived in the same house for our whole life? When I transferred to York Suburban between 5th and 6th grade, a middle school counselor made a comment to my parents about their experience with other York City students. The comment was less than flattering. But what about us? How do we look at our peers studying 2 miles away? What jokes have we made about York High? How much thought have we put towards the plethora of opportunities that we expect here, but that are not offered at William Penn? These discrepancies occur because school funding in Pennsylvania is largely based on property taxes. Large urban school districts throughout the state struggle to adequately serve their communities. By no fault of their own, many of our York City peers started school already behind, and due to the vicious cycle of poverty, statistics tell us that many will not catch up. But we don't need statistics. We already know this. So where do we go from here? Whose responsibility is this inequity? Obviously, the problems of the urban poor, brought on through decades of institutional racism, do not have one solution nor one savior. As we become our adult selves, we must be willing to embrace diversity, even when, especially when, that diversity is just down the road. I believe the solution lies in the collective community. The collective community must make a conscious effort to change. The collective community must demand that every high school graduate is on equal footing for the future. This must be achieved through more than just one isolated event or one simple graduation speech. It will be achieved when each member of our collective community, both city and suburban, refuses to accept the status quo and takes action. Repeated and resolute action, first in finding a more equitable way to fund our schools, and then in recognizing that each student deserves a fair shot. As young men and women venturing into our adult lives, we're sure to face uncertainties. But as we can learn from our peers down the road, uncertainty can be just another word for opportunity. Remember that we are all part of one collective community and that together we can and will make a difference. Thank you all for allowing me to speak tonight and for coming to witness this special day in our lives, as well as for anything you've done to support any number of the students sitting here today. To the class of 2017, congratulations on this milestone, and I wish you all luck in following your passions and fulfilling your dreams.
That's awesome. I asked Parker to step back up because it's my proud honor to present her this plaque this evening as a valedictorian of the class of 2017. Congratulations, Parker.
Parker Faircloth-Henise.